The night the kingdom began to die, no one noticed at first. The torches still burned along the golden walls of Eldoria. Music still echoed through the palace halls. Laughter spilled from goblets of wine as nobles celebrated another year of peace. Above them, the sky was clear, too clear, not a single star, as if the heavens themselves had turned away. A boy screamed. It came from the lower quarters, sharp, sudden, and wrong. Not the cry of pain, the cry of something seeing what it should not see. Inside the grand hall, Prince Kale paused mid-step. The music faltered, just for a second. But he felt it, that cold shift in the air, like the world had taken a breath and forgotten to release it. "Did you hear that?" he asked quietly. No one answered, because the sound had already died, like it never existed. Hours later, the boy was found, alive, but not whole. His eyes were different, clouded, hollow, as though something ancient had stared through him and stayed. When the healers tried to speak to him, he whispered only one thing: "It remembers." By morning, the crops had begun to rot. Entire fields blackened overnight. Livestock refused to drink water. Dogs howled at empty corners. And in the palace, the mirrors began to change. Queen Seraphine noticed it first. She stood before her reflection, adjusting her crown. Then it blinked, a second too late. She froze. Her reflection smiled. But she wasn't smiling. That was the moment the fear began. By midday, the High Council was summoned. The great chamber, once a place of power, now felt suffocating, heavy with something unseen. Old men whispered, generals argued, priests prayed louder than necessary, and at the center of it all stood Prince Kale, silent, watching, listening. "This is no famine," one priest declared, voice trembling. "This is judgment." "Judgment for what?" a general snapped. "We have done nothing." The priest didn't answer, because deep down, they all knew. At the far end of the chamber, the oldest man in the kingdom slowly rose. Lord Valor. A man so old he was said to have served 3 kings, and buried 2. His voice, when it came, was barely above a whisper, yet it silenced the room. "It has begun." Kyle turned sharply. "What has begun?" Valor's eyes met his, and for the first time, the prince saw fear in a man who feared nothing. "The debt," Valor said. "A debt your bloodline was never meant to escape." The room erupted, but Kyle didn't hear them, because something in his chest had already tightened, a truth pressing against his ribs, begging to be acknowledged. "What debt?" Kale demanded. Valor hesitated, not because he didn't know, but because saying it aloud would make it real. Finally he spoke. "Years ago, before you were born, before even your father took the throne, there was a night the kingdom prospered, a night the crown was secured." His voice dropped. "And a night something unforgivable was done." Silence. Heavy. Crushing. Kale stepped forward slowly. "Then we fix it," he said, steady but cold. "Whatever it is, we make it right." Valor shook his head. A small movement, but it carried the weight of doom. "You don't understand, my prince." The torches flickered violently. A sudden wind howled through the chamber, though no doors were open. And somewhere, deep within the palace walls, something knocked. Once. Twice. Then scratched. Valor's voice trembled now. "Karma does not ask to be fixed." Another scratch. Closer this time. "It comes." The lights dimmed, the air grew cold, and every soul in that room felt it. "To be paid?" Kale turned slowly toward the door, his pulse steady, his eyes sharp. For the first time in his life, he wasn't afraid. He was certain. Whatever his bloodline had done, It was waiting. And if the kingdom was to survive, the past would have to be faced, not remembered, revisited,